Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Atria's PNC Park. Come on up. Perfect entry. This is James Connor. He's the entertainment service manager, and he helped make all this happen tonight. How'd you know I was thirsty on that long journey I had? Thank you. They say it's 103 Federal Street, but I just call it PNC Park. Everybody found it tonight. Thanks for the prayers above. The weather did hold out because they were scaring us again like they do. That's the job I want. You can be 100% wrong, still have your job, and create a panic. I would like to do that once a day. I'm glad you're safe. Glad you made it to see Pittsburgh Sportsline. Now, if you haven't eaten the Talking Machine Big Mouth Burger, just order one. They asked me because my ego was so big, would I like a sandwich named after me? Of course, I said no. Then I had to argue about it, so they do have one. This is the second year in a row, only available at PNC Park here. Smoking Jim, it's not a commercial. It just happens to be, it's here. And then what did they named something for you now? Because he said he felt left out. I never even heard of anything like this. Smoking Jim's round mound of pot roast nachos. He asked me when I told him, he goes, what is it? So we'll figure that out later. And they also have a lot of appetizers here, and they've extended a happy hour from before, during, and after. I guess you may need to drink a little bit while you listen to us, but we'll try to behave ourselves. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. This is my co-host, Smoking Jim Frazier. And for all of you that were invited by Smoking Jim, this is not his show. And I have a New Year's resolution that I will try not to talk badly about my brother from another mother who keeps saying this is his show. He has 14 other shows on PCTV 21. I only have a couple on Verizon 32. This is available all over the area from Nemacolin to Cranberry Wexford. This show that you're at now, and if you're a guest, it'll be on TV. Now, it's a TV show, not the ones that Smoking Jim's on there. Oh, sorry, am I picking on you again? I can't help myself. But this one will be up Wednesday night, 7 o'clock to 8. We have a steady block of time, Tuesday through Saturday night, Verizon 32 everywhere, all the way up to Cranberry Wexford. In his country, Monroeville, we're trying not to pump him up too much because he gets loud. So it's all available on 32. Now, if you don't have Verizon, there's a thing called YouTube. About 400 of our shows are on YouTube. So you put in Pittsburgh Sportsline, not Smoking Jim Frazier, and you'll find it, because he doesn't know how to tag that stuff. So you can find our shows numerous ways. If you happen to live in Bethel Park, it's only on Comcast 7. Why did they do it? I don't know. PC 21 on Comcast here rules the roost, right? That's right. In the city. Right. So it's strong there. We're not in the city on 7, but you can still see us, because every once in a while we're going to be on PC TV 21. So check us out when we do come on there. And I want to thank everybody again for coming out. Thanks to Bethel Park for letting me go on location. We've traveled to many different areas. We don't want to give you the whole list and the resume, but you can check it out. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, I know you got smartphones because I just got one myself. I can check. And if you want to friend me, I post everything up on your pages. I'll say what minute you come on the show, or what player's on, what family wants to see, who's up here. I'll put the minute that you're on the show. And even if you're a bodybuilder, your friends might want to see you on Pittsburgh Sportsline, we'll put the minute that you're on there. And if you happen to get asked to be a guest, because Smoking Jim invites just about everybody up here, I'll put that minute when you're on. So it's out there on Facebook. We're up to 5,112 likes. Thank you. I'm a little bit proud of it because I'm older than most of you, and we did this in 3 years with the likes. So if you happen to like us, I have a rule. If you like us first and you have a good page, I'll like your page. And if you have a second good page, I'll like your page. But if you have pages that Smoking Jim can't get rid of on his Facebook page, I can't like any of your pages. So he has a lot of trouble with that. He likes everything. Not me, I'm a little picky, but like us first, and we will like yours. And we start our show off with what's on your mind. and it's sponsored by a friend of ours, Skeets Lewandowski. He owns Skeets Service Station. It's in Finleyville. If you want an honest mechanic, an honest garage, you got to travel to Finleyville. It's not that far out. It's 7 miles from my house in Bethel, and they're right on Route 88 past Trax Farm. So check out Skeets Lewandowski's Skeets Service Station. He sponsors when Smoking Jim starts saying, "What's on your mind?" And we're going to do that right now. Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
there it is.
You got to see Levine.
Oh, good. You didn't
Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago I had the best hamburger I ever had in my life.
What's it called?
Hey, my favorite cousin is here. She is a director, executive director for Achieving Greatness. They're the company that puts together the City League Hall of Fame. Big hand for Elizabeth King. The single greatest athlete in my family is here. He was All-State in football. He was All-State in track. He was MVP of the Ken Lansing prestigious All-Star game. He did 3 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. A big hand for my hero, Phil White. Congratulations to Tony Dungy and Kevin Green for going into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to the Denver Broncos for winning the Super Bowl, and defense does win championships. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat Denver in the regular season, and if Antonio Brown and D'Angelo Williams was healthy, they would have beat them in the playoffs. And if the Pittsburgh Steelers can stay healthy, get a couple defensive backs and linebackers, they will be your 2017 Super Bowl champions. Can you imagine if the Pittsburgh Steelers had Vaughn Miller at linebacker instead of Jarvis Too Slow Jones? Jarvis Jones should be making syrup commercials because he gets pancaked all the time. He lays on his back so often, I think he should be a snow angel. You got Antoine Blake that can't play left corner. He can't play right corner. He can't play nickel back. He can't play in the dime because he's chump change. Cortez Allen is chump change. The Pittsburgh Steelers gave up a lot for Shamarko Thomas. He's not first team. He's not second team. He's not third team. He's barely on the team. Hey, listen. Will Smith got a better chance of winning an Academy Award than the Pittsburgh Steelers have of winning the Super Bowl with all those wooden nickels.
Somebody tell me if he's done. I can't hear a thing. Did you go negative on us? Happy New Year. It took you to Groundhog Day to have that happen. All of his opinions, he'll back them up. What's on my mind is Smoking Jim and I went out on a limb. We predicted there'd be a huge blowout with Cam Selfish Newton, and we were wrong. Something happened. Guy that has stem cells in his neck, can't really run anymore, can't throw unless he puts his whole body into it. He played for a team this time that had a great defense. Did the Steelers handle that defense? Man, I was so upset watching the game thinking, what if? And you know, if's the biggest word out there. Well, I'll wait till 2017. My hat goes off to Peyton Manning, closing out a career. If he doesn't retire, something's wrong with him. He will retire, he has to. I mean, I don't think he can make another year without getting a foot falling off or a knee, or maybe that neck won't hold his head up anymore. And I'm not talking about his forehead because I know that's what you're thinking. He's had a big forehead his whole career, so it wouldn't change now. But what's on my mind is the biggest what if for the Steelers. Congratulations again to the Denver Broncos. It seems Elway has that magic sauce. When you're ready to retire, he went out and got a defense this time because he couldn't play anymore. So they won it, and it's just fantastic to see somebody end a career like that. He is one of the greatest all-time quarterbacks, as Smoking Jim says, during the regular season. And luckily they didn't serve any apples up at the end of the game. Like you always tell me, they serve them apples during the game. I don't understand that logic. Let's just be happy and positive and wait for next season, because I think the Steelers are going to 12-4, buddy. I'm predicting before we even see what happens. 12-4. Let's go Steelers. We're going to start bringing up guests. And Smoking Jim, I got an announcement to make. A friend of ours has a startup company in Pittsburgh. And I'm in. Yeah. You're already out because you couldn't even understand what I was telling you when he was on the show. He started a movement, a worldwide, it's almost like Facebook, but it's about doing a good deed for others. He also has crowdfunding. If you don't know what crowdfunding is, you're behind the curve. Even I know what crowdfunding is. You can actually get money and you only pay a fee. He has the lowest fee around 1%. You don't pay anything up front. He has spotlights on great things that are happening. He's right out of Pittsburgh, yet he has an international, worldwide presence. Wow. So, I mean, he's doing great things to change the world. It's called One World Blue, LLC, bluepella.com. You'll see it come across the graphics. I just told Dave Cable before I come here that he's going to be a sponsor of our guests. So it's quite an honor to have a startup in Pittsburgh and somebody changing the world. This guy is truly doing it. You can find out what I'm saying are just words, but he's actually doing it. And yes, I'm involved in it, and it's going to be a great thing. One day it's going to be bigger than Facebook. That's how positive this stuff is. I'm all about positivity. Once you know me, if you friend me, you get a positive saying every day. If you don't like that, I'll send you another positive saying. So don't worry, I don't mind arguing and being stubborn. But this is about changing the world. One World Blue, LLC. Joel Percheski is the owner of this company and founder. And he had visions about doing this when he was like a teenager. So now he's around 40 years old, and he's making his dream happen there. So just check that stuff out, and we're going to start bringing up our guests right now.
We're honored to have one of the greatest high school basketball players of all time, one of the greatest duos in high school basketball history, Tim Timko and Big John Tate. Went to play for UMass, put him on the map. Now he's doing great things at Penn Hills High School with the girls team. Big hand for Big John Tate.
All right, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Where do you want to start? Oh, wait, I do know a friend of yours.
Right.
Haas Hill.
Yes.
And all the hills.
One of my best friends, yes.
I can't believe you admit that in public.
I try not to, but since you brought his name up, I can't deny.
Well, I'm friends with him too.
Right.
And he was friends with my dad.
Okay.
He used to come to Green Tree and he'd get a Rita's while he was driving a bus or whatever business he was in. He'd stop there, and he didn't really meet my dad when he worked at the Pittsburgh Press. My dad had retired. He met him afterwards. One time at work, he goes, "Hey, I was talking to your dad." I go, "How could you possibly be talking to my dad?"
It's a small world.
So, and that's what I say with Pittsburgh, 2 degrees of separation.
That's right.
It's who's in your family and who you know. That's it.
That's right.
Right? Now, how'd you get this Penn Hills gig? The short story.
My daughter was a freshman, and the program was really struggling, and a group of parents approached me about taking over the program.
Okay.
And the coach that was there got fired, and so I went in and
a sign fell
applied
down.
and
That's
got
a
the
bad
job.
sign.
That is a bad sign.
Whoa. Smoking Jim, you just hold that because you look pretty busy there. Pardon this, folks. We do this like live TV. And the story with the sign is, I'm not an egomaniac.
No.
I am not an egomaniac. My name is on there because I did a golf outing. With Empire Investigation, this guy just loved me so much. He said, "I'll do a sign, you do our golf outing." Smoking Jim and I were there. He come late, had 4 plates. He set a record. Just unbelievable. And I got my sign. So I said, "I don't like the sign." And Bob goes, "Well, why not?" I said, "Because now you put me on top of everybody else. Now they think I'm a dictator."
That's true.
So
That's not the case, though.
no, not at all. Not at all. And that's the story, and the sign's okay. Let's go back to you. So now you went the athletic director and the school district,
Yeah,
and
we had
they
to go through the whole, the whole board process and everything, and that was,
how long did that take you?
boy, about 2.5 months. It was a long process, couple of interviews and a board, background check, all that stuff, board meeting. Board
Well, they sort of have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this day and age, you have to be thorough. And then, so we get rolling. This is my 4th year.
No way, that's
Yeah,
great.
It's flown by.
Now, what was your first year like?
A struggle. You're
Okay.
trying to change a culture.
You seem like a pretty tough guy.
I can be.
Is that a good guess?
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
accurate. You're trying to
I think
change-
you're a no-nonsense guy.
Yes.
That's what I could tell
We
about
got 2
you.
hours in the gym. We're gonna spend those 2 hours focused on getting better.
How did you change the mentality? Because that's some of the hardest things with these schools. They have such an ingrained thing that they're terrible. Nobody cares about them. How did you change that?
Well, I have the benefit of not being a teacher. So
That's a good point.
I didn't need the job. Whatever they were paying me.
That's another
at
great
the,
point.
At the district, I was going to do things. I'm going to do things my way, and if that doesn't work, then we can part ways. Because I think there's a right and a wrong way to play the game. There's a right and a wrong way to be a team and to be teammates. So we're going to hold each other accountable first. And I, having watched my daughter's team as a freshman, there was none
How
of
upset
that.
were you?
Miserable.
Okay.
I only
Because you're a
went to-
competitor.
only
You've had
went-
great success
right.
because I've heard of your name. And,
Only went to
over the
home
years.
games because it was 5 minutes from home.
Okay.
I wouldn't go to Gateway or Woodland Hill because that was like 7 or 10 minutes from home. And I wasn't gonna spend the gas money to do that. So I was gonna go.
Well, here's what I appreciate. Smoking Jim's been talking about Gateway. We're friends for a little over 4 years, okay? And there's something called God's Country, which is not God's Country anymore. And I told him you have to watch that the first year we were together. And sure enough, it happened. Not that I know any better, but you don't talk about stuff like that. And then he's telling me how the legendary Gateway is always the best. Well, I said, what have they done lately?
I wouldn't think.
What have they done lately? Even the recruiting's not working.
Well, let me just say,
Right? We all know that.
We just beat them by 35 or
well,
so.
let me just say this.
That is fantastic.
Let me just say this
enjoyed this interview.
while we got Coach Tate up here. Probably the greatest Penn Hills basketball team was that Tim Timko and Big John Tate's team. And clearly the greatest Gateway team was that same year with Terry Smith, the assistant head coach of Penn State, and
The late, great Curtis Bray.
And Curtis Bray, who was National Football Player of the Year. So I was able to see two of the greatest teams battle each other the whole way. So I really enjoyed that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
To get that from Smoking Jim, we'll be marking this day down in the archives, especially Penn Hills. He would go, it's just the neighborhood near Monroeville. That's what he would say.
Those Gateway
now
people-
now he's
Gateway
broken
people-
down a little bit. He's mentioning Penn
Those
Hills.
Gateway people, they can be a little funny acting. We know how to deal with them.
Well,
Hey, one time my
35-point win.
car broke down in Penn Hills, and I wouldn't spend money in Penn Hills, so I pushed it to Monroeville to get gas.
Like most of the things Smoking Jim says, we need 3 witnesses to verify it. It used to only be 2 because when you write a newspaper article, it's usually only 2. But since he's been around, he's a brother from another mother for me. It's 3.
Just 3?
Yeah. Has
Fair
to be.
enough. Fair enough.
All right, back to basketball with you. First year was a struggle.
A struggle in the sense of,
Change.
change. I mean, we were ecstatic. We sneaked into the playoffs. For the first time in 7 years, we grabbed the final spot out of our section. So it was a struggle, but we were proud that we could see that we were turning the corner a little bit.
There's the change that you're talking about.
Right.
And you're showing them an attitude can help you to win.
Exactly. Right. Hold each other accountable. Let's give our best at all times, and we'll take slight improvement over no improvement. So year one, although it was a struggle,
And I'm talking not about getting them to play or do things. The struggle is from where you were.
yes,
That's the only struggle.
I'll be honest.
Because
with
every school can have issues like
Right.
that. It's what you do after that.
you. Right. And I'll be to be honest with you, it was a struggle at home. You know, it's not hard. It's not easy coaching your kid.
Right.
I had to learn, you know, to leave basketball stuff in the gym.
How do you do that?
It's hard, you know, or you leave home stuff at home. You know, I'm mad.
Now, how do you do that?
It's hard. You know, I'm mad at you at home, so then we get to practice, and I carried that over, or vice versa. Year one was a
So
learning
you've grown
experience
as a person.
I have. I'm a lot more patient. That's my wife in the background laughing. I'm a lot more patient.
She's actually cheering for you now.
Yeah.
That wasn't a jeer. That was a jeer.
That was a jeer.
Was
me.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sarcastic, so I was trying to be kind on that.
Nah, it was a jeer. It was a
All
jeer.
right. Well, that keeps you closer, you know, in the jabs. So then what happened the second year?
Started to learn how to win.
Okay.
You know, it's not easy going from a team that's won 3 or 4 games 4 or 5 years in a row. We won 9 our first year, lost a lot of close games. We won 13 our second year, and we learned how to win some close games. We learned how to beat some good teams. And so, you know, again, just taking baby steps, focusing a little bit more now.
About the players. Were other kids interested in coming on the team now?
Yeah.
Did that create interest? Because I would think so.
Right. Yeah, our numbers grew probably from 14 or 15 my first year to the low 20s the second
amazing.
year. Right. We had a lot of freshmen come in. We had a couple of kids move into the district, so that always helps.
Recruited?
No, never that.
Oh, okay.
Never that.
Don't talk. Gateway's talking. There's no credibility.
Never
okay?
that. Never that. So you know, you learn how to win. You raise the expectation of, you know, moral victories are out the window now. We expect to win and compete.
Right.
And so, you know, that
It's win or lose.
Right. And everything counts now.
No participation trophies.
No.
I can tell you're not for that.
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Just a guess on my part.
Pretty good guess. Pretty good guess.
I'm a good reader. Definitely. So now you got people in the community are interested about the team.
Right.
You're winning.
Right.
You got more players coming out.
Right.
You got more attendance at the games.
Yes, attendance. We opened up the new gym.
Because I heard about that.
Yeah. And so all that added to the community. You know, getting a little bit more involved in the program, and you know, another playoff appearance, year 2.
Okay.
Young kids got some experience. We started to weed out some of the players from the previous regime.
Sure.
They were still, they were getting better, but the mentality, it was hard to.
It didn't change.
Right. It was hard to overcome, you know, years of losing. Right.
For sure.
Right.
And it may have been with families too, not just the first
there's
kid,
no
the
doubt.
second kid.
Why
right?
we have to practice every day, you know.
Right.
All those things.
You mean complaining about
why we have
trying to
practice?
succeed?
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard work.
We didn't have to practice every day with the old coach, all those things. So, you know, you change the mindset with those that you can, and those that you can't, you weed them out one way or another.
Sure, it's a natural thing
Right.
sometimes.
Right.
Definitely. All right, year 3.
Year 3,
Better.
but much better. But got off to a rocky start. We started off.
What happened?
I think we thought we were better than we were initially.
Okay.
You know, everybody told us how good we'd be. We had a really good spring and
Did
summer.
Smoking Jim go to a game or anything?
I
and
think
say
he showed up at a game against Obama, against Alderdice.
Yeah, he does.
And jinxed us.
Yeah. I have to check these things out
Yeah,
because
no, that's the truth.
I'm verifying it with
Yeah.
myself and you.
He walked in
and
covered
he's the
it for the
third one
Courier.
because he's laughing.
He walked
right.
in covered it for the Courier.
Okay.
And then we lost a bunch of games in a row. We ended up
Okay.
being 3-8, and we went on a 14
Did you
game
ban
winning
him
streak.
for a while?
Yes, he walked
Okay.
in our state playoff game, and then we lost the next game after that. So I haven't seen him all year this year, and I couldn't be happier.
You know what? I can relate to that because I keep asking to bring some of these teams on and guys like yourself
Right.
because I'm friends with you on Facebook. I see what goes on.
Right.
And I wanted you on. He was giving me the cold shoulder
You see
about
where
that.
I'm sitting.
Exactly. You could have been right over there.
No. You see, I didn't shake his hand or anything. I don't want that jinx.
You know what? I respect that.
Playoffs start next week. I don't want that.
He's not
jinx.
welcome.
No, he cannot come.
And you know this helps build his ego up and then his legend.
Right.
You know, that's the one thing you have to fight.
Yes.
Because you can't overcome it. It's true. And we know that. So what do you think's going to happen? They're ready?
We're ready. We're as good as anybody. You're 20-2 in the regular season. Only lost to one Whitfield team. North Allegheny beat us in our second game.
Get on. So that was during the jinx. No,
No.
I'm kidding.
So-
he was peeking in at that
Yeah,
game.
he might have poked his head in. I can't say for sure, but I wouldn't put it past him. But we're practicing today. We're off tomorrow. We got the pairings meeting. Find out who we got in the first round, and
Good.
we'll get focused in and we'll get ready to play.
Well, I appreciate you coming out. I want to have you talk about your team. I want you back on so we can talk a little bit about what you've done.
Okay.
Okay,
That won't take us long to
But
cut.
I'd like to do that. I'd like to honor you with another interview.
I appreciate
Because I
that.
appreciate it. I don't hold it against you on the hills.
Thank you
And
for
when
that.
you talk to them,
Thank you for that.
you'll know who I am when they start telling you that stuff. But,
I
it'll be
appreciate it.
interesting.
Thanks for having me.
You come back,
We'll do. Thank you.
take
Big
care.
hand for
you.
Big
Good
John
luck.
Tate.
Good luck.
Right, coach. When you see somebody in great shape, sometimes it's natural, but a lot of times it's because they put in work. This young lady eats right. She's a bodybuilder. She's into kickboxing. And I tell you what, she's one of my best friends. Big hand for Stella.
Hold it. I have to at least say, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Can you tell me your name?
Sure. Stella Strategist.
That's my first question, and sometimes I stump people because he only gives me one name with people. So, did you say Strategist?
Strategist is my last
See, I
name.
said that because I had friends named Stratago growing
Okay.
up in Greentree.
Okay.
He knows all about it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thanks for coming out to our show.
Thank you.
Thanks for friending me on Facebook.
Sure.
That way we can promote this stuff and you get to see what happens here.
Absolutely.
Now, do you have something for Smoking Jim? Because he has a shrine at home. He has 3 rooms that are for what I'm thinking you might give him.
Well, he asked for a picture, an autograph picture. So yes, I have 2 pictures.
This is my segment called Sweeties for Jimmy. Okay? And he does have a room. Look at him. He can't wait. Could I at least hold it first and I'll show it for the camera? Because it's the last time I'll see your photos. All right. Thanks, Stella. All right, let me give Smoking Jim all this back. Here you go, buddy. Just eat your burger. We're going to talk right now.
Sure.
All right, now, he said you're a bodybuilder.
Yes.
And I saw on your page some weights and things like that. But here's the unusual thing I saw on your page. A lot of food.
A lot of food.
I didn't stutter, but I
Yes.
saw a lot of food.
Yes.
And I like to eat.
Yes.
Normally I eat healthier, but when you name a burger after somebody, you got to eat your burger.
Yes.
So I first want to go into what all this eating is, because it looked like it wasn't a lot of carbs, but it looked more like the proteins. And it looked like more clean eating, which he doesn't know about, so we have to discuss that.
Yes.
But it was a tremendous amount of food. Mm-hmm. You know that. Did I mention food?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how did you get into bodybuilding and then trying to eat clean and eat lots of food?
Bodybuilding and food. Well, I guess
Does it go together?
it does go together.
You never
Definitely.
thought you'd get an interview on those 2 subjects like that, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay. That's why we have an unusual show. We're actually trying to promote people in a good way, that with hard work, eating right, that you can actually look like your photos. And I see you picked out a necklace
Yes.
for today. I thought that was unique.
Yes.
I was going to chime in and say the large necklace.
My sister thought the smaller one was better. So
And ours, we're loud and bold, so we try to go with that.
yes.
So that's our theme.
But yeah.
How long ago did you start that?
I started bodybuilding, 4 years ago. And it was all what it all.
Why did you get into it?
Would you believe me if I told you I came across on Facebook a picture of a fitness model that had abs and biceps and
Is that your friend there?
that? Oh, that's my sister. No,
Your sister?
she's in great shape, but that's this woman. She's famous. She's been on sports magazine or sport bodybuilding magazines, Muscle and Fitness.
Right.
And I saw this girl and I thought, oh my God, this is the kind of physique I want. I think in society, we as women, we always think skinny, but we don't necessarily think strong and muscular and fit. And all it took was one image. And after that, she mentioned bodybuilding.com. And for those of you that don't know anything about weight training, it's a free resource. It teaches you everything. Everything I know about bodybuilding, I learned from bodybuilding.com.
That's amazing. And you never
yeah.
did this before or
Never.
thought about it? Did
No.
you play sports at all? Because it's a sports talk show here.
Right.
Did you play sports? You could say no.
In middle
or you
school.
could say yes.
High school, I did not. But middle
Okay.
school, I played basketball.
What sport? Oh, basketball?
But yeah.
Did you like it? Did you like competition, or you just tried it and then that was it?
I liked it. I mean, I wasn't the best. I was.
Well, here's the thing we try to bring out. If you're trying to do something, that's what's great.
Right.
And then when it gets competitive, you have to be better.
Yes.
You can have fun learning a game, and it's great to be in a team sport because you learn about life and even how to do business because you're part of a team in business. So I think it's one of the greatest things that I've done playing sports.
Yeah.
So that's why we try to do this and promote that type of thing.
Yeah.
So now bodybuilding.com and Facebook got you all excited about this.
A picture of this woman, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then how did you start with their tips?
Well, so I got into weight training. I started going to the gym. I would watch video tutorials of how to perform exercises. I never had a trainer. I would, watch a video, then
So you wanted to do this all on your own?
Well, I didn't. This was all before competitions. I just wanted to get.
We didn't get there yet.
Yeah. Right. Yes. But as far as like the weight training, muscle building, yeah. That's something. It was a sudden desire.
And then what happened after that? To go to the next level, you got to change.
Yes. Well, I would go to the gym regularly, and the more you go, the more confident you become, and the fitter you become. And then I was approached one day by a gentleman that would go to the gym frequently, and he asked me.
Smoking gym?
Not smoking gym. But it was just a random guy, and he asked, he said, excuse me, do you compete? And I had no idea what he was talking about. I said, what do you mean compete? Yeah. He said, bodybuilding. I'm like, I have no idea.
Well,
I
you
didn't know
speak
about
a couple languages, so maybe that was foreign to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I saw, Spanish and Greek?
I am full-blooded Greek, but I studied Spanish, so.
All right.
Don't believe anything he's saying. He believes in homeschool. So if your family's Greek, he could understand you speak Greek.
I'm Greek, but unfortunately, I don't speak it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we got that out of the way.
Yes.
Now you want to compete because you learned this new word.
Yes.
Okay. I like to keep it simple.
Yeah, this new word in this new world. I didn't know there were bodybuilding competitions. I didn't know there were bodybuilders. I mean, I guess I knew bodybuilders, but I didn't know that it was local. I didn't know there were competitions here in Pittsburgh. I didn't know it was
tremendous.
Yeah.
We've had a bunch on here.
Yes.
Most of them are Smoking Jim's friends.
Okay, yeah.
Sweeties for Jimmy. A few. And they're in some great competitions too, and great success. Teresa Ivanchik is a heavyweight.
Okay.
And she's turning pro, I think. Right?
Wonderful.
She's unbelievable. Has thousands of people over the world, been on covers of magazines in Australia and New Zealand. So it's amazing the world that's open to you.
For sure.
I wish you good luck, but what about this eating? What do you do? How do you plan your meals, to keep lean and strong and make sure your body's in great shape to handle the weights?
Yeah. A woman asked me today, the picture I developed, the woman that developed that picture, she said, how can I get my stomach to look like that? It's straightforward. And I tell people, and I told her, it's simple. It's make your food. Eat whole foods. Don't eat processed food. Don't eat fast food. I think we make it harder than what it is to eat natural, whole, healthy foods. Processed stuff. I never eat things out of a bag or out of a box. I used to.
That's where you're getting to the clean.
Yes. But it's enjoyable. It's fun. I mean, you can make, and that's why I post my pictures on Facebook with all the foods, because eating healthy.
I was making jest of that.
Yes.
Because I like to eat, and I even have a show called Healthier, Happier You.
Oh, yeah?
With a lady that does Go Organic.
Okay.
It's a TV show, half-hour show. We give health tips and different things, and she has Go Organics.
Wonderful.
So she makes different cookies without things, because people that have you may not have health problems and allergies to food like some people do. and you may not have, other issues with your body that you can't digest food properly, or maybe have different conditions, but you can still eat clean to get better and healthier.
Right.
So I think I know a little bit.
Yes.
So that'll help. Now, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yes.
My favorite food doesn't mean that I eat this food often. I love sweets. I think we all love sweets. My indulging food, I guess, would be like ice cream, but I don't hardly ever have it. But the food I eat most often, eggs, egg whites.
Boy, that sounds boring.
You can spice it up. There's different things you can do.
What do you put in your eggs then?
Zucchini's common, onions, mushrooms, spinach, protein powder. Yeah, I keep it simple.
What
Chicken,
kind of
fish.
protein powder do you use?
I use just Gold Standard Whey.
Okay. No pea protein?
Pea protein. I'm not sure if I'm familiar.
Well, you better look
It's a
that up.
plant-based protein?
Yeah, the little peas, they'll get protein from that.
Okay.
Because a lot of people that can't take whey and other things will use different
not tried
proteins.
it.
See that? You expanded your horizon on Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Yes, I did.
No, there's a lot of different things out there, and as you're only 4 years into this, so there's a lot more that you'll find out.
Yeah.
Definitely. And we've interviewed a lot of people. I want to thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you.
Thanks for picking out a nice necklace with your sister's help. What's her name?
Christina.
Christina did a nice job there. We usually don't have fashion coordinated with our show. That's a first for us, at least that I've been told. So we do appreciate that. When do you compete?
I usually do a show in the spring, and I have not picked one out this year yet, as of yet.
Are you going to do one, or it's still up in the air?
Yeah, I always say that I'm done. After every show, I always say it's my last one. But then,
is the stress too much, or what you have to cut back on, so you're cut up?
It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time, and it's hard on your body.
How much time do you have to put in for a good competition?
Oh my God, you're talking day and night. You go twice a day to the gym. If you're not eating, you're cooking. If you're not cooking, you're working out. You live, breathe, and sleep.
Do you have a
bodybuilding.
job?
Yes, and that's the thing, to support yourself and to do the fitness.
It's an
challenge.
interview. I'm not prying, but if you're doing everything for the competition, you better have a business owner that's going to let you get away with some of that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you have a good job there then to do that.
It's flexible, sure. Yes.
Well, that helps. So we're not sure when you're going to compete this year.
Not sure when. If I do another competition, it'll probably be in May or June.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before the summer.
Yes.
Well, will you come back after you compete, win or lose?
Yes.
Let us know what you've done. The other thing before we end this, have you ever won a competition?
My first competition I won, I took first place in novice, and I took second place in open figure.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you in all you do.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on our show.
Thank you.
And take care.
Thank you.
Most people grew up, some of the greatest players played in the ABA. Most people don't realize the ABA is here in Pittsburgh. They're one step away from the NBA, one step away from the NBA 15-day contract. Big hand for the Steel City Yellow Jackets.
Man, what an intro. My dad refereed scrimmages of the ABA back in the day. Okay. So I got to see a lot of that down at the Civic Arena.
Connie Hawkins?
Yeah.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I shook Connie Hawkins' hand, and he had them snipped in between the fingers, and he was shaking my hand. I didn't let him palm my head, though. He was strong. Unbelievable. A lot of those players, it's great. I'm glad to see a tradition in Pittsburgh. We have this talk all the time about, can they support a pro basketball team in Pittsburgh? And I think if it's an NBA, they can. I know you guys got to work extra hard,
right?
Hitting the neighborhoods and doing everything, but you guys got no quit in your game. I've followed you the last year or so.
Yes, sir. No quit at all.
What got you started? Here, would you want to hold the mic? Because we got our little BPTV thing. You can just hold it like you're in charge. I don't mind. I'll set this out of the way.
Started last year. I had arthroscopic surgery on my shoulder. Laid in the hospital bed, and an old player of mine I coached in high school contacted me actually while I was in recovery and asked me, would I be interested in starting the ABA team, running the ABA team, and coaching the ABA team as well. And
How were you feeling in the hospital? That
I
must have
told him-
perked you right up.
it did, but I was still kind of out of it. So I told him when I wake up, I'll call him back and
You're a smart
let him
man.
know. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, but it worked out.
Now you woke
Of
up.
course,
What
I
happened? I'm
I
trying
called
to
him
go
back.
chronologically here.
Okay, woke up, called him back. He told me a little bit about what was going on, and the last I pretty much knew was we had the explosion.
Right.
That was here. I was coaching at Penn State McKeesport
Okay.
at that time, which is now Greater Allegheny. I remember the explosion. I remember them at Mellon Arena. I remember how big it initially started. So for me, it was a no-brainer.
Sure.
Why not go ahead and do that?
You're in it. You got to do it.
Right.
Makes sense.
There's a lot of young men around here who don't have the opportunity after they get done with college. So
Exactly right.
provide them the opportunity, and that's pretty much what the ABA is about, community and providing these young men with the opportunity to chase their dreams, because not everybody can go to the NBA or go to the D League, and getting overseas is not easy.
Doesn't work for everybody.
It doesn't work for everybody, but everybody still doesn't get that look. And that's what the ABA
point,
is
Ace.
about, providing that look for them, that outlet for them
This
to
is
be
what
able
you're
to do.
providing.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do they get a hold of you?
Steel City Yellowjackets.com, steelcityyellowjackets.adp@gmail is my email address.
gmail.com,
412-609-3888.
Do that slow. Do that slow. I was going to get it all out there. That's why I got your card. Now, I'm getting old and hard of hearing, so you got to say it slow. Just say it twice.
412-609-3888. That's my cell number, direct connect, 412-609-3888.
You know this will be on TV, and it's archived on YouTube forever.
And my number is going to be forever on YouTube.
He's fearless, folks. If you want to play basketball
Yes, sir.
in the ABA, this is the guy to call.
Yeah, we
Call
have,
Ace.
we have tryouts twice a summer.
Okay.
We started with the Combine this past summer, something I'm going to think about doing again. What we do is bring in a few teams throughout the ABA
Okay.
to check some of this talent out in Pittsburgh, because my roster only holds 12.
Really?
Yeah, so I can't 12 and two alternates. So there's talent
That's
in Pittsburgh.
tough, yeah.
Yeah, so some of those guys get another chance to get looked at from some of the other teams across the country.
That is just great.
Thank you.
I'm a basketball guy, and I enjoy that, to see people getting opportunities here.
Right.
Because after, say you play high school, you could probably play in this league in some of them, right?
If you're good enough.
Right. And maybe you're not going to college.
Right.
You homeschooled with smoking Jim, so you can't. You know, you don't know what grades you have or whatever,
Right.
so he can't get you in. No, it's a great opportunity. I'm kidding a little bit, but you
Understood.
see, I'm being serious that people can get out there and do this.
They can, because it's a
Plus,
huge
that tall
outlet.
guy there keeps staring at me. You know
Big
that?
Zoe, Big Zoe.
Did you feed him?
Actually, Atria's
Here,
did.
take a couple fries, please. I'm not talking bad about you. I'm talking in front of your face.
Best way to do it.
That's how, I'm still alive.
Right.
So, no, but now, what's your background with coaching? Where have you coached? You were telling me
I
Penn
coached
State
at-
McKeesport?
Yeah, I coached at Oliver High School from 97 till 2002. I had the honor of coaching this young man right here, Gilmore Cummings. We left and went to Penn State McKeesport his senior year,
Okay.
which I thought was a mistake, but I guess I wouldn't be here if we had not. But that team went to the championship, and that was the team I
How's
think.
that a mistake?
It was hard when you know my last year. You still had the voice in my ear, just pounding what to do and setting me straight.
You mean he's a good coach? He doesn't
Great
shut up.
coach.
Just
Yeah,
doesn't
he
shut
gonna
up.
Be on you.
Okay. Motivates you.
Yes, sir.
That's the reason I was left here, is to
Yeah.
motivate and inspire. And so I kind of take what I do to heart, because opportunity. A lot of people don't have the opportunity. And being around and being left around, I take it personal to motivate and inspire so that people can go on, especially my players.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's an inspiration. You know, I do a lot of fundraising and help different people like that because there's a reason when you survive something that you're here.
Right.
God blesses us all in different
Right.
ways.
Yes, sir.
And it inspires me when anybody overcomes adversity, whatever it may be. And you're that guy. So that, to me, I look up to you.
Appreciate it.
I'm honored to have you on our show.
Honored to
and
be
talking
here.
about this.
Thank you.
You know, and you can come back again, but we got to introduce these players.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know his name, but you better tell me now. You're not getting anything to eat.
That's Big Zoe Lonzo Murphy, and this is Gilmore Cummings. This is my assistant coach, Malin Tyler, over here.
I know Malin. That's great. Can you answer a couple questions?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. How long have you been playing basketball?
I've been playing since I was about 4 or 5.
How tall were you back then? I got to ask one hard question.
Right.
Come
No,
on.
I mean, I've always been probably the tallest guy, like, you know, in school.
So
elementary
you were
school,
always above the edge, the growth curve.
for the most part.
Now, there was a guy with your name that played with Amani that they was beating up on all the different teams.
I think I know him, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I know him.
You guys are great, man. That was a great team.
Thank you, thank you.
And where'd you play?
I played high school for Shenley and Imani Christian High School. I played for CCBC in Beaver County and
Okay.
Cal U and Link University.
Now I know why he likes you. You know what college he said he went to? I know, because he doesn't tell many people. We're trying to verify it. You heard me say 3 sources. I need 5 on that one.
Right.
Cal U he went to.
Oh, okay.
He was supposedly a running back that was a power lifter.
We can look into that. We're definitely looking into that.
Why do you think we can't find anything else? And he was fast. Now, how tall are you?
I'm about 6'8", 6'8.5".
Yeah, because my neck's hurting. You know? Definitely. Now, how's it in the ABA?
It's different. Coming
What do you mean different?
coming straight out of college, just the game speed is a lot faster. You know, the game is much longer. You know,
Sure.
but the competition is it's where it should be. You know, like you can tell that you're playing after college, but you know,
Do
it's
you feel like you're improving your game?
oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, I have to ask these tough questions.
Understandable.
All right. No, that's good. Can you see yourself playing a couple more years doing this? And
Well,
maybe getting a break somewhere else or getting looked at?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
With coach, you know, pushes us every chance he gets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he told me he can't wait to talk to you tomorrow.
I hope I don't get in trouble.
We'll find out. I can't help you there. Pass that mic too. Yeah, don't hit the coach now. Tell us your name.
My name's Gilmore Cummings.
And how long have you been playing basketball?
I've been playing basketball since I was 6 years old.
Wow, I've never heard anybody say that.
Man, I've had the ball. My dad put the ball in my hand since I was a kid.
Did he play basketball?
Yeah, he played basketball
For
as
who?
well. He went to Perry High School.
Okay, and where'd you go to high
I
school?
went to Holloway High School, and this was my coach until he
Okay.
left.
All right, I was just checking, you know, my second source here.
Some great
You guys
Oliver
are-
teams
you guys are
back
legit.
then.
Yeah.
Great Oliver teams.
Yeah,
man.
and I went to Edinburgh University and graduated from Edinburgh, and then went on to play Germany for a year
Did you?
in Frankfurt. So
What was it like going to Germany?
it was great. It was homesick, but
That had to be
it was
tough.
lonely. It was tough, but it was all about getting
Did
paid.
you learn to speak German?
Nope. I had trouble.
My dream was always to go to Greece.
Right.
What, today? Smoking Jim. How's that happen today? You told me your dream was somebody else the last time, what country they were from. I think America. I'm breaking my New Year's resolution. I'm trying not to pick on it. How can I help myself? Right? He serves it up like on a platter. And he knows I'm hungry.
Funny guy, man.
So what do you think about playing in the ABA? It's serious?
Yeah, I actually love it. I mean, it's
You like the
very,
competition?
I love the competition.
Getting pushed.
Getting pushed is a fast-paced game. I mean, get a couple looks and go on, move on and play, and we getting coached hard by a great guy
Yeah.
that helps everybody in the community and trying to get something positive going and have us be role models for kids. They look up to us, you know.
Well,
So that's
I'm
the
about
biggest
that,
part.
as I've said, so I'm going to have you guys back.
That's great.
Another time, definitely. We'll have it, and we want to keep track of you and keep in touch with you on what's going on. If you have any charitable things that you want to do when you raise money, bring a flyer in. You're welcome to come on our show and talk about that. If you're doing things in the community for the kids, just let me know. We're doing it all the time. It doesn't matter what community, what color. I think an alien come down the other day and I said, you know what, if you don't eat us and you want to help us, then we're fine. Because why can't we all get along? And let's do those things. And I try to do it with some humor. And I love sports because I like the competition. I think it makes you grow as a person. You learn how to handle life. And you got a great coach here to do that. Mylan, you got to do some talking right now.
Okay. You
All
got
right?
a great team, too. You guys should check us out.
We will.
Went to the championship last year.
Nice.
About 1 point.
I like your PR in that because I do a lot of that. That'll be good. We'll check it out.
Yes, sir.
All right. Your name?
My name is Mylan Tyler, assistant for Coach Ace in the Steel City Yellow Jacks. It's my second year. Thankful for the opportunity to work with great gentlemen. This is an opportunity for me to spread my wings on my coaching standpoint. I've been working with kids for about 13 years.
Do you have kids of your own?
I don't. I have no kids.
That's even more honorable.
Yeah, so.
Because that's worse. Look at how they are. I'll bet they get silly with it.
It's bad.
Are you talking about me? Whoa. Whoa. Well, here's my thing. We're not normal cookie cutter 4-letter announcers. I'm like the opposite of that because I've been watching sports my whole life. We started this 4 years ago, October 11, 2011. I met him a month or two before that. We had to get rid of a couple guys, but we survived. We survived because it's my show. I'm a dictator. You already heard about that. But I wasn't behind that sign. That was an accident. But we also do a live show where it's just 3 of us talking sports, sometimes 4, every Tuesday night. And this part, I think we can all get along if we have some humor. And I'm sarcastic, so you do have to watch, because I might have busted your chops a little too much and you didn't realize it till you got home. Then you'll be upset at me.
You thinking like, what he saying?
Right. Now, what I know is you won't be sleeping that well, because he seemed like a nice guy, you're going to say. Okay? Mylan, we need you to continue. So you don't have kids. You got these big kids, 6'8". You know, you got to feed them, though. You know, nobody's fed him. He looks hungry.
I don't think I have enough money for that, but
Well, Zoe's out of luck. Now, did you play sports?
yeah, I played a little bit.
Where at?
I played at Carrick.
Carrick,
Yeah.
okay.
I had 2 jobs at the time, though, so my time was limited playing. But I was a student of the game. My coach didn't want to cut me. He kept me on the team, was like, you know, you're good enough to play. Just keep coming. You know, I understand your hardships.
So you had a good coach.
I had a decent coach.
But I mean, it kept you interested in the
Oh, yeah.
sport. Because somebody could have said, you don't want to put the time in, you're done.
Well, he said,
Right?
Well, he said, you know, years ago that I was going to be a coach one day, and it didn't really settle with me because at the time I wanted to play and I was working hard and I was like really trying to like really get my game up and work on my game. And he was like, you know what, I just respect the hard work that you put in and day out, and you know, I just stuck with it, and I ended up coaching. When I tore my knee up, I was just like, you know, I still want to be affiliated.
You want to
with
be
the game.
involved.
Yeah, exactly.
And you actually want to help kids, big kids, young kids.
Yeah, of all ages. I
Sure.
got clinics for
Do
6
you?
to 8 year olds.
Well, when you do these, why don't you come back with a flyer on where you're doing
Okay.
these clinics?
Okay.
All right, because I want to help.
Okay, sounds good.
I like being around good, positive people.
Great.
And that's why I'm getting sillier, okay? Because I know you can take it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Now, how much time do we have here, Zach? I need You can tell my natural clock went off. You guys are coming back, and we have more than 15 seconds left. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Thank you, Bethel Park. We appreciate you letting us out loose in the neighborhood. And a special thanks to Atria's PNC Park. This is like the top of the mountain, Mount Everest, for us to come out and a sports venue, meet great people. A bodybuilder's just been around 4 years. We got John Tate's been around forever with friends that I know, and he mentioned their names, so we're good. And he's welcome back too. So you all get a pass to come back. You got an open invite. You just contact me. If you don't have my card, I'll give you one. You can find me on Facebook. I'm everywhere there. Positive saying every day. That's what I put out, because if I can help one person, that's what I'm about. So we'll stay together on this. And we end our show, this young child, Joey Favis, died last year with a dreaded cancer called DIPG. Once you're diagnosed with it, you have less than a year to live. He died last year, January 21st. I end every show with, stay Joey strong.